Great. Thank you so much, Krister. Is it how I pronounce your name? And thank you, Alvin. Let's get started. So how it's going to happen is that I'll be sharing my analysis all the way from the first currency, Euro dollar to Pound Australia as a last pair. I'll be moving from right to left, meaning daily 4-hour and 1-hour chart. Hardly will go to the 15 minutes because I only trade off these 3 time frame as business owner myself. I have to travel, I have to network, and it has seen that the 1 hour and 4 hours time frame, many of times it does give very healthy reward is to risk ratio. And on the daily chart, because of the volatility of the daily chart, sadly sometimes it doesn't give a good reward is to risk. Alright, so disclaimer, all the analysis I did is purely based on my personal opinion, and it shouldn't be used for blindly be used for trading or in any investment purposes. You should know your own risk management, and even with all the trades I have, no matter how confident I am, I do not risk more than 3.3% per trade, and I pretty much split my trade. If you're interested, my first target I only risk 1.1%, and my second target I only have 2 targets approach. My second target I only risk 2.2%. But having that said, having my second target usually will give me a 2-1 ratio. If my second target do not give me a 2-1 ratio, I will not engage the trade. So my projected returns per trade at a minimum should be around target 1, usually about 1:1. So I risk 1.1%, I earn 1.1%. Make sense? Target 2, usually minimum I'll get a 2-1 ratio. So if I risk 2.2%, I'll gain 4.4%. So I'm risking 3.3% to earn about 5.5% and more. Alright, so just to let you know. And I use a fixed lot size, meaning I trade fixed amount until a refresh of a new month. Then be it a new equity high, that means a new balance high, or a new equity low if the previous month is making losses, then I'll scale down my lot size, my trading size. And how do I get my figure? Because I've been running trading for quite some time. I've been trading for about 15 years myself. I've been teaching about 12 years. I find that the system that fit me best is to use a running 6 months. Sharing a bit today, so it could be helpful to you. So I'll look into the running 6 months. What are the stop loss being used for 6 months? So be it hit the stop loss or not, I'll add the number, divide by the number of trades, and I'll look into my profitability. That means out of 10 trades, how many trades hit target profit, how many of those hit target 1, how many of those hit target 2, and I use that and I came up with this formula for myself. Let's get started, shall we? So how has your trading month been so far? Good, great. If you're a harmonic pattern trader, it should be a fantastic month for you because November is a very interesting market movement. In fact, if you're in the computer right now, you're still trading, chances are either you just pick up trading or you are a full-time trader like myself. Sadly, I would say that we left with about half week over here. So let me just say it's 1 week from here, second week, third week, fourth week. We got about 1 month and 3 days more for trading because this year the Christmas fall on a Wednesday. So does the New Year. This is always the same. If your Christmas fall on Tuesday, then it will end on Tuesday. A New Year will start on Tuesday. So this is the official 2 days of public holiday as a trader, as ourselves. So there will be no trading activities. Brokers, most of them, they will be closed. Some brokers keep it open, but there will be no volatility. And having it smack in between, my suspect that there will be a crazy run. That means one of the day it will just move very sharply on December this week. So I was looking at either 23rd of December or 26th, 27th of December is high chance you have a spike move. If those days doesn't happen, higher chance it will happen on 30th. So I've observed over the years it has been that way. No movement, suddenly 100 over pips of movement. So to make sense to it and to find a suitable reason to explain that, it could be money managers and fund houses, they decide to close their trade or close their position. This month has been pretty interesting as well. Market can go all silent, no movement, no movement. Bam, 100 pips movement, 50 pips movement. So if you are those kind of traders having the mindset and thoughts that, hey, Monday and Friday market doesn't move, just don't care about trading, don't even bother look at it, I really want you to have a second thoughts on that, because I caught one of my biggest trade, gained about close to 400 pips of profit by just 2 trade ideas. All right, one on Euro Yen, the other one on Pound Yen, earn close to 400 pips of net profit. Entered about Friday and exit about Monday, 400 pips of profit. All right, it happens on the most unexpected day. So I really urge you not to miss any action, and it's just the last 4.5 weeks we are going. All right, so let's get started, shall we? A lot of setup. November is consolidating because of the crazy October. November is consolidating, so it's a lot of waiting, and when it moves. All right, so I've been seeing the trend for this month. I'm not taking break yet. All right, euro dollar on the daily chart is a very bearish movement. Market has double top, continue the bearish movement, and right now it's a retest of the neckline over here, if you use to call it a neckline. If not, it's a resistance level. All right, so I'm waiting for more shorting opportunity, but I'm not going to extend anyway lower than this, because the most recent structure has the higher say, and 1.1 sounds like a pretty strong psychological level in this example and in this structure. All right, head down to the next time frame for the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart market double top, have a bit of retracement. Typically, people are looking for a 61.8 retracement. By default, I'm waiting for 78.6. The reason and rationale is very simple. If you have a retracement of 78.6, the retrace with buffer everything in, I'll get a 2-1 ratio after candle confirmation. All right. Down to the 1-hour chart, this is what I see. And let me explain to you why I have already shorted euro dollar. So over here, I have a bearish shark pattern. I realized that recently TradingView is having some technical problems. I do have charts just disappear. I believe I have another shark pattern over here, a bigger shark pattern, but it's just gone. It's fine. All right. So if it extends upwards at 1.1251, I'm going to catch it again to hit in for a shorting opportunity. All right, right now market has retraced back into the resistance of the double top. All right, so double top happened, came down and went up, resisted. Head down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, there was this bullish back pattern. For those who caught it, great. First target really achieved. Right now have a bit of struggle hitting the target too. If I were you, I would close this trade already. Perhaps I'm just biased on this, yeah. So this is what happened. This is 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, there is a crab pattern. So the way I trade crab is very different from most harmonic pattern traders, as well as shark pattern. I trade a bit different, but crab I trade really very different. So typically this is the potential reversal zone known as a PRZ, and traders looking to sell over here. And this always it became a warning sign for harmonic pattern trader. When it break and close above the PRZ, it's a no to enter. That's textbook case. But for this year, the market movement for crab pattern setup I have observed, many of times it break the structure. All right, so rule number 1 in trading, when we read charts, structure is always the key. So I drew a resistance, market break, came down, show some kind of weaknesses, came down and confirmed the crab pattern, went back up. I shorted at a very good price. All right, so if you have not engaged, ask yourself, do you want to get involved in this? Because it is right in the middle before reaching the final take profit level at 61.8, but as well it does give you a good opportunity to short. So my first target, I'll be taking the conservative target, TP1. My second target, I'll stretch it all the way down to the candle body over here, taking it as a final target level. All right, So that's euro dollar. I'm still very bearish on this because of this double top, and it has completed the double top pattern, heading in for a final trade on euro dollar for now. All right, head down to the next currency pair, down to pound dollar. On the pound dollar, likewise, similar story. It may look very bullish, but it's a fake move. Why do I say that? Over here, this was the previous high, market came down. This is only the first break of the high price. You'll fake and trick most traders because of this movement. It seemed rather bullish, which I'm not saying that it's not, but overall trend has not turned bullish yet. Only a break and close above the high price over here. Therefore, I have a alert that happened, and I'm looking to sell at this price, but I'm going to watch closely on how the candle close. Down to the 4-hour chart, over here there is this bullish movement with this consolidation, which you can see on the daily chart. Typically it can become a bull flag. A bull flag is a trade extension, that means a breakout trade setups, trend continuation, so take note of that. A bit of mixed signal over here. All right, 1-hour chart rather telling the same story. This was the previous high, market only break and close above one time. All right, so in order to go all in like full bullish, you have to break and close above the high price over here, which is at 1.2984, close to 1.3 flat. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. So over here, there's two setup. This is the sell zone that I was looking at. Within the sell zone, there is a bad pattern forming up. Already set my alert in, as well as a type 2 butterfly pattern. All right, so we'll see how it react at 1.3011. Looking to sell, very tempted, but what caught my attention is this bull flag setup. So I really need a candle formation. If there isn't such a sharp bull flag, or rather this butterfly pattern, if it's not a butterfly, it's a shark, having such a sharp movement is fine for me, because I've been studying shark like crazy for the past 1 year, intensive study. I've been trading harmonic pattern for about 7 years, but shark pattern recently I have spent so much time working on it to perfect that to the next level, to bring the next level. I find that it's very common from, let's say this is a shark pattern, a C to D price, it will have a sharp movement and it will taper down. All right, so this is normal for a shark, not so much for a butterfly pattern. All right, so take note of that. Pound dollar, looking to take some action over here. So let's say if the market break and close above the high, I'll observe how the candle look like. If it's look super bullish, I'll wait for a retracement and head in for a buying opportunity as a breakout trades. All right, down to the 4-hour chart. Over here, this is the recent buy zone. Apart from that, nothing much that interests me. Down to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart at this moment, nothing else for me, nothing much for me as well. Maybe another harmonic pattern showing up, who knows. All right, so my focus on pound dollar is pretty much on the daily chart. Good thing to trade on the daily chart is, the pros on daily chart is you won't get affected by crazy things like GDP report, unemployment rate and stuff like that. That will affect usually the 1 hour and 15 minutes time frame in most cases. Even for Brexit, small trivial stuff that's happening, it doesn't affect. Only the kind of more shaking decision, then it will affect the movement. Apart from that, you're quite protected on the daily chart. The bad thing about it, with adding in our buffer, usually hitting target 2, even with a bad pattern, could sometimes don't, or rather most of the time don't give you a 2-1 ratio. So take note of that. All right, so your choice. All right, so what I do when I have an analysis on the daily chart, I'll find an entry opportunity on much lower time frame, the 4-hour or the 1-hour time frame. All right, so to the next pair, dollar yen. Dollar yen on the daily chart, pretty bearish, very bearish movement. All right, and right now this was the previous high. This is the movement that created a much lower price. Market retraces back to the high, it breaks above the high, but it doesn't close above the high. So if you have been through our training, you know that this level is very much respected. There is a bit of conflicting signal and market just can't decide which area they should be going. Let me share with you just later. All right, so on the 4-hour chart, you can see pretty bullish, but our definition is really on a bull run. Market break above and close above, came down, invalid that, went up again. So it's moving towards like a sideways expansion and consolidation mixture. On the 1-hour chart is already moving towards the first break of the low. You just need another break of the low price to confirm the bearish movement. So let me share with you why this currency pair right now is so confused. Let me share with you daily chart. There is this inverted head and shoulder. All right, because there's a kind of an uptrend over here, although it's not, but it's upward movement before the head and shoulder. So it's inverted head and shoulder. All right, so over here, this head and shoulder has already firmed up. So this is a valid head and shoulder pattern. However, it loses momentum because of this supply zone over here. Can you see that? Candle body and a wick. All right, so the candle failed to break and close above the high price. So pretty much I'm still waiting for a buying opportunity, but not just yet. On the 4-hour chart, this is my plan, a shark over here. All right, so typically a good shark, it should happen, you just slide all the way down and you catch it over here, you'll be good. So right now the concern is you have a bit of sideways movement. I'll observe closely how the market react over here. So a shark can have a potential up to 3 entry zone. So that's how, or that's why it make it to be so tricky to engage this trade. All right, so pretty much waiting to buy over here. We'll see how the candle form up. Very into this. In fact, 1-hour chart, let's see if we have any setup. We might have some setup over here. Let's pull up a Fips. All right, so typically there is typically there is about 19 rules for most harmonic patterns. All right, rules. So start counting. If you can't count even up to 8, chances that the information that you have learned is pretty much incomplete. So really you have to take note of that. All right, so we have a godly over here. So sadly I can't do any much confirmation to protect content and stuff like that. So over here we have a godly. I pretty much believe is from my experience, it's more like a deep godly than a normal godly. Later on I will confirm, and of course our graduates for Supreme Wealth multiplication course or harmonic pattern substitution program, you can go and verify and check these up, because I think this godly will have a much stronger stand than the 4-hour shark, because I said that the shark already loses its momentum. You can definitely watch it closely and see how it goes. Godly pattern on the 1-hour chart on dollar yen. I'm heading in. My plan for dollar yen is a trend reversal. All right, what is a trend reversal? Right now overall trend is bearish. I'm going to buy all the way up to the final take profit level 111.41. So that's how, in most cases, I'm more profitable than most traders. I extend my target, but the key to it is I read trends. I see if there's a possibility to complete the story or to complete the analysis before I think about trend extension. If there's any kind of structure or stuff like that that is going to hinder the progress or the upward movement or downward movement, whichever it is, for the market movement or for the trade I'm heading into, I will not enter, or rather to extend the trade. So in pound yen, I'll show you one of the fantastic example. Pretty much I felt I aced that trade. Pound yen is my strongest pair, and of course later of the year, or rather recently these 1 to 2 years, I found even a better pair I have. Sometimes it hurt me, but when it brings me profit, it's hell lot of profit. That's pound Australia. So pound Australia is one of my most profitable pair, and pound yen is my strongest. Hardly I go wrong for pound yen. I've been trading pound yen since the day I started trading, like 2005, and 2008 to 2009 I went even deeper on pound yen. All right, so that's my history of pound yen. All right, euro yen on the daily chart, very bearish movement. Market has this look like a double bottom, but traders, you should know this is not. It's more like a harmonic pattern, but a losing of momentum kind of harmonic pattern setup on the daily chart, typically a warning sign, and typically this is the setup that I'm not interested. However, I will still observe how the market move. It's called forward testing, guys. All right. All right. Excuse me. All right, so down to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, have you spotted anything? Nothing much for me. Uptrend, losing momentum, V bottom, we test back into the sell zone. If you are so aggressive selling the euro, this is an opportunity, but you do not have a good price. Wait for a retest, that could probably be a better option. Down to the 1-hour chart, over here, it has a break and close above the high 1 time and 2 time over here. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. A bad pattern, that's what I'm looking for at 122.50. Alright, so once the market hit into this, and one beauty about this setup is within the sell zone. So it does compensate a bit of this imperfectionness in this market movement. I'll observe closely how the market reacts should it reach the entry price, potential selling opportunity at 122.47. Alright, buy it up, that's not my plan. Not that I can remember of. Alright, so for Euro Yen, in most cases, I would plan something like I buy from here and stretch it all the way up. But I'm also very reasonable. I read through the market movement, and it pretty much seems like a consolidation than an expansion movement. So I've really took profit. This is my perfect target too. So this entire trade brought me quite a huge chunk of profits that I share with my subscriber over here. So Tyler, you should have seen it, right? Alright, so over here, Euro Yen, you see we are very transparent. So we are not those kind of traders that show you how much we have, what cars we drive, and what house we stay, where we eat. Well, at times we does, but the main focus is still this, you see. A hand holding to all our traders, sharing 119.36 I long, bullish bad pattern, you've seen the chart just now. Stop loss 118.81, 55 pips of stop loss, risk 55, profits 120.09, earnings 73 pips, and target to 120.59, 123 pips of profits. Alright, so everything very transparent, and of course thanks to the technology of TradingView, it make it very possible for traders and analysts like us who really walk the talk. Traders can see the actual movement. Bam, just one direction. In fact, I was celebrating. I don't know why I'm celebrating last Friday, but just celebrating. Alright, so catch up with friends that we met like 19 years ago. And even when I got back, I didn't know that I already hit my profits because I set to exit. That's why I split my trade. 1.1% on this and 2.2% on this. Guess what happened on Monday? It hit my second target profit level. Alright, how good is that? And over here, a step by step of what I'm going to do and what I did to all my subscribers. Alright, so you just need to manage your risk well, and you have some basics in trading. You are able to make a sound decision if you are like kind of those guys that you understand that you shouldn't be risking more than what you should be earning. You shouldn't be risking like $100 to earn $10. Then you are good. Alright, and of course, if you want to be more conservative, just risk 1.1%. Alright, so this is Euro Yen live in action. If you are interested, just click the link over here. I'll just help you a bit with that. So this is our filtered calendar. I personally pick up those news that I believe it will affect a smaller time frame, like intraday time frame, like 5, 15, and 1 hour time frame. So these are the news that you really have to be careful of. And of course, if you want to get into our program and access to all our trade ideas, our videos and stuff like that on our analysis, this is the trade ideas package. More is going to happen over here. So get in and enjoy all the benefits before anything happens here. So I just do you guys a favor to just paste it over here. It's a great community, and we are going to make it even much stronger. I spoke to one of my Chinese analysts, Calvin Sham is in the room. Say hi, Calvin. So he's going to commit to do some Mandarin videos for all of you in our Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. Alright, so going to kickstart it very soon. Maybe just as we are speaking, yeah. So the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, there is a setup. I'm heading in, waiting for a selling opportunity. What a shame. It just missed it by a bit. 120.78. I'm looking for a selling opportunity. I set an alert over here. It just came close and just went off. Alright, so it is possible that this trade has already missed. We'll see where is the reversal zone and stuff like that, because I pretty much at this point of time I'll classify crab pattern is more like an art of trading than the science of trading. I always classify harmonic pattern as science, but for patterns like crab especially, it can go way off of the PRZ and it still can be profitable. Alright, so I'm watching this closely. So to our subscriber, no worries about that, you'll get the update. Alright, so that's Euro Yen. The next pair, Pound Yen. Okay, you guys, so we have some setups in Pound Australia. It will be a huge profit opportunity, so please do not leave. Just happen that Pound Australia is always the last pair that I'm going to share. So yep. Alright, so Pound Yen on the daily chart is still a bearish movement. This is the last move of the bearish movement. It just break and close above a high one time. Right now market going into a consolidation and basically is telling you that, hey, I don't know where to go. So for adventurous traders, they always love to guess the movement, and it will be the opportunity for them to look for sell at 140.74 as standard target, or look for buy at about 139.27 and look for extension or target. For traders who are more conservative, you wait for a confirmation or break, a retest, then engage the trade. Whichever trader you are, stick to the plan, because trade the way that is like you is the most comfortable way and is easier for you to trade and have better results. For our chart, nothing much. Down to 1 hour chart, nothing much as well. Alright, so back to daily chart. Let me see if there's anything setting up. Yes, there's a bad pattern. So typically when I have a strong extension, bullish run, and it went flat, this is pretty much a warning sign, especially it came very close to D. Because how I trade flag is a extension, and the extension of that may pass X. So I will not be placing a pending order because of this consolidation. I will watch closely how the market reverse, and should there be a sign for me to engage a trade. If not, I'll just not going to trade that. Down to the 4 hour chart, nothing much. 1 hour, I think there is a godly pattern. So this setup was a new setup. Previously I've shared a Pound Yen. Oh, this you have to let me share this. Alright, so Pound Yen target 127 pips, target 2 464 pips. So I do receive some of my students actually text me, hey, is it possible 464? You want to exit, when should I exit? So I say, if you're not comfortable, exit when the market open, because it has went to the target profit level 3. Let me just walk you through this for a while. So I've engaged Euro Yen and Pound Yen at the same time. To me, I don't do this correlation thing. I understand that. I know it happens, like people say that Euro Yen, Pound Yen is similar, Australia, New Zealand is similar, pick one. I'm not going to debate on that. I'm not going to say that it's a wrong decision, but to me, there are so many times that I see that when a New Zealand dollar and Australia dollar, because I trade both of them, let's say both have a bearish bad setup, at the same time I traded both. So what happened is there are times that one of the currency pair, let's say Australia dollar, didn't hit the first target level, and because of such strong movement and it's about to touch target 1 and it failed to touch, usually what I'll do, I'll shift my stops to entry. Then the New Zealand dollar, guess what happened? You just slide all the way down, hit my target profit. So you see, if I choose one and if I happen to pick Australia dollar, and Australia dollar seems good at the moment when I engage, but it never hit my target profit level, what happened? I missed my trade. So same thing happened last night. I picked a New Zealand yen, I shorted it, and Australia dollar, there is a bearish bad pattern. I know that Boon Hui spotted a godly, but I spotted a bet. I chose not to trade it, that's why I didn't share it. Till now, the Australia dollar was close to the final take profit level. Those that have our software, you can go and check it out on 1 hour chart, the HPA system. Alright, so it does show a bad pattern. It just a few pips shy away from it. However, on the New Zealand yen, it does have a bearish shark. Shark have a deeper profit level. And it already hit my first target profit. Yes, it does bounce back. Right now, I can shift my stops to entry, but so what? I already earned profits, already in my pocket. Correct? You got it? All right, so over here, target 1 is typically somewhere over here, and target 2 typically over here. So when we say target 3 for harmonic pattern is at this price, 140.51. So I've already engaged this trade, and I actually intend to stretch it all the way to 464. Where is 464? You know, when I do my analysis, I'm not crazy. You know, I've been trading like 15 years. All right, here, this is the area I'm looking at. All right, that's how I get my 464 pips of profit, 144.18. See, I even exit slightly earlier before the final take profit level. That's what I do. All right, but what happened? Let me click the play button. All right, market went up. So when my student asked me, it was a weekend. So when I look at the chart, the market was already here. It was a Friday close and market open, jump. So I say when the trade open, you can just close it. It's fine. All right. Guess where did I exit my trade? Guys, this is super sick. All right. So look at this. Stop loss profit. So my worst case scenario after hit the first target profit, my worst case scenario if the market retrace and go against me, I earn 56 pips, still higher than my target 1. Target 2 exited at 14130, earned 179 pips, waiting for next opportunity to enter due to 4-hour candle close below the wick. 141.30, where is it? Let's have a look. Isn't this sick? The highest, guys. Come on, it's not going to happen over here. I'm not a gambler. So I see a Greystone Doji, or rather you can just call it a Doji with long shadow. I saw this and I find that it's a warning sign because on the 4-hour chart, 14130, where are you? It's somewhere over here. Have you seen this? Can you see this? Consolidation, 14130. Did not break and close above the high. That's what I meant. Alright? So, at the moment when I exit, what happened? 14130. Moment I exit, market went as low as 150 pips against me, and at this time, over here, 120 pips against me. And on top of that, right now on the 1-hour chart, it already developed another trading opportunity for me. How good is that? And you know the funny thing about this trade, this setup, the C price is a bit wrong. Have you spotted? This was the moment that I draw it. I've already spotted it. I say, with this movement, high chance I have another entry opportunity. Why not just take profit and wait for another trade setup? How good is that? Alright, so right now you don't need to have a 15 years, not even a 5 years of trading experience for you to spot this. Just join us in our community, and of course if you agree, just you can reference how I trade. Alright, if not, you can make your own decision to exit even before hitting my final take profit level. And always I'm nice and I will say that it is a target extension, a stretch target. Got it? All good. So over here, let's set an alert again. Pound yen, deep Gartley, and it's a H1 chart. Oh, this is the trade. Okay. Target extension. This is my planning for this. Alright, let's see how it goes. Hopefully I didn't miss this. If not, it's fine. I don't chase the market, yeah, by the way. It's rule number 1, whatever. It's an important rule. Alright, New Zealand yen on the daily chart. Market came down. This was the resistance, came back down again, and have an attempt to break above and close above the high, but failed to do so. It just touches this, and it went into consolidation. Also a warning sign for both traders, so don't take it as confirmed it will expand upwards. It could be a rectangle setup that extend downwards. One thing for sure, buyers and sellers do not have a strong sense, or rather a strong opinion on how market should move. On the 4-hour chart, good thing about consolidation breeds pattern, breeds harmonic pattern. So there's a lot of setup potential over here. Just take note. Alright, head down to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, have you spotted anything yet? It could be a bad, not so good bad or godly pattern, because I don't like the C price touches A. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. There is this bad pattern, can't wait to short it, because if let's say it's an equal distance move, it will bring it close to the D price completion. Down to the 4-hour chart, consolidation over here, nothing much. It's a sideways consolidation, and if you zoom out, it is a shark pattern. So pretty much I'm waiting for a selling opportunity. On the 1-hour chart, this was the shark pattern that I shared with you just now. A bearish shark hit the first target. Second target, I'm going to extend all the way to the bottom, 69.03, somewhere about there. I've already shared with my subscriber. You have not engaged. If you have not engaged a trade, it could be a bit late. I leave the decision to your hand. If I were you, I will not enter. Alright, 69.74 shorted. Stop loss, target 1 hit, target 2 69.03, waiting for it to hit over here, and we'll see how the candle reacts, and I'll buy it up. Alright, because this green box is sideways consolidation, one of the program that I teach in my other courses. Alright, that's New Zealand yen. Down to the next pair, New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar on the daily chart, bearish movement, break and close below the low. These are the signal that show you that it's a potential shark pattern coming up. Consolidation again. So you see a lot of consolidation across New Zealand, Australia, and yen related pair. It does show something. For those who are interested, go and do further research and read Bloomberg on those countries that I have mentioned. New Zealand, Australia, and Japanese yen, they are consolidating. Definitely there's something going on that caused this market movement for sure. Alright, so on the 4-hour chart, New Zealand dollar, pretty bearish. It break and close below the support. If you have not spotted it yet, market kind of look like a double bottom like, but it's not exactly a double bottom because it never touched the low. Okay, and it start to retrace upwards down to the 1-hour chart. It looked really very bad. You see, market came down. A series of magic candles. What did I say? 5 magic candle is a warning sign for you not to engage a trade. So take note of that. Back to daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. Shark pattern. 67.91. Looking for a selling opportunity. Over here, it may take some time. It may be even next month or even next year. All right. Down to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, this is the pattern I'm looking at, a very deep godly pattern. Okay, that coincide with the shark pattern over here. Alright, so a godly pattern happens. Let me just drag it down a bit and change to as well as a H4 to deep godly. So looking to sell over here, seems like market is not going to make any big decisions. 1-hour chart, nothing much guys, nothing much for me. Yeah, nothing. Alright, so that's for New Zealand dollar. Still actively looking for trade. Yeah, so take note, a lot of trading opportunity. Please don't go on break right now, it's too early, and I just afraid you will cry if you decide to take a break right now. Believe that the market volatility will continue for quite a far bit, for at least 1 more month. Australia dollar on the daily chart, you can see market bearish movement, retrace, came down, retest the previous low, double bottom. This is real double bottom, came up, lost momentum, having a 61.8 retracement of this double bottom, and it just lose its momentum. Down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, nothing much for me. 1-hour chart. Excuse me. Have you spotted the bad pattern? Let me see. It was spotted by the system, to be honest about this. Alright, but anyway, a gully pattern completing a much higher price. So I think I spotted the same gully pattern as Bunhui 68.41. Alright, but there was a bad pattern completed here. Alright, so if you spotted it, you will see that it have not touched the final target profit level yet. Take note of that. Take note of that. Yeah, so I'll see how it goes. I'll observe very closely on this Gutly. The reason I trade is because it's a very good reward is to risk. That's about it. But knowing my basic, double bottom, market has retest double bottom, high chance extend upwards, yeah. So take note of that. High chance doesn't mean always, yeah. Take note. Alright, so to the next pair, Australia Cat. Oh, Australia Cat, there's a trade setup. Alright, so it's tradable. Alright, so Australia Cat, it has break and close below the low price. Very bearish setup, very bearish movement. If you have shorted it, you are in a advantage for our chart. This is how it look like. Having this kind of structure, break and close below the low, give you a sign of potential shark pattern. Alright, so over here, let's see. Shark pattern happening over here at a much higher price. 93.35, somewhere over here. It just went into this trend line over here. If you happen to buy it, good for you. I will have put stop loss entry and wait for it to happen, to flow. For chart Gutly pattern, for those who have traded it, nevertheless, after a strong or rather a long period of time of consolidating, about 64 candles, I applaud you for your patience. It hit your final take profit level as well. Down to the 1 hour chart. This is why I'm looking for a shark pattern already set up. So I've already placed a pending order somewhere over here. I think it's 90.59. Just share it with my community earlier on before we go on live just now. Alright, so I put a sell limit at 90.54, waiting for a retest. 19.54 before I engage the trade. Pretty decent reward is to risk. Target 133, target 271, give me a 2-1 ratio. Enter. Alright, all good. So if this is for you, well, I'll be nice since you have been here for quite a far bit, and today I think we do not have very smooth start because I was uncertain whether you can hear me and waiting for response and stuff like that. This is for you guys, free gift. Alright, but promise me, do your own analysis only if you agree you are looking for a selling opportunity, and just nice, I do have a level for you. You can decide yourself. Please decide yourself. Do not follow blindly, alright? Because you are not following us like for 1 year. If you've been trading for 1 year, then you have a very high chance of being profitable. Because if you have a good reward is to risk management, you are risking about 1% per trade, or not more than 3 or 4% per trade. And you are consistently doing it. Is a simple math. You are risking $1 to earn $2. How can you make losses, correct? In the long run, at least we are talking about 1 year. But a trade alone, one trade alone, I can't be like dead certain you'll be profitable. It's a good setup. That's why I enter the trade. I don't enter the trade for fun. Alright? Got it? Promise? Say yes. To the next pair, dollar cat. On the daily chart, market came down. Very choppy pair. If you see on the daily chart, this kind of strong wicks on both ends, showing you that on a much lower time frame, market was very uncertain. Excuse me. On the 4 hour chart, market break and close above the high price, reaching one of the level I'm watching very closely. 1 hour chart, a very strong bullish candle with a little bit of retracement and market extend upwards. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Over here, this is a bearish Gutly pattern. I find that Gutly worked pretty well on dollar cat somehow. Yeah, so take note if you are a trader of harmonic pattern. 1.3450, looking for shorting opportunity. Usually I won't have this like red box over here. Totally not my style because it looked really ugly. But I want to point out that it happened within a consolidation area on a much higher time frame, and this consolidation, or rather this sell zone I'm looking at, is for my 4 hour chart. So on the 4-hour chart, there is this bad pattern. I'm pretty happy to engage the trade, and this is in fact one of the happier bad pattern. I spotted so many bad pattern, guys, over the weekend. It's like New Zealand dollar have it, New Zealand yen have it, Australian dollar have it, dollar cat have it, but the one that I love the most is the dollar cat because it have a retracement. Alright, unlike others, it just went consolidation is a constant setup. So yes, the New Zealand dollar I chose not to enter, and it became a profitable trade, which is fine. I spot by choices, so I pick the best setup. Alright, so over here, definitely looking for a selling opportunity, but of course, right now having such a sharp move on dollar cat, I will need a confirmation before I enter the trade. It will not be a pending order. I will see how the candle close, reverse before I engage the trade. Good, got it. To the 1-hour chart, this is for purely for observation. Market break and close below the low, market break the structure again. So it's just for observation. So I can remove this. Right now, nothing much over here. Alright, that's dollar cat, got it. Bad pattern, looking for it, waiting for it on the 4-hour chart. Down to the next pair, cat yen is amazing. I think right now at this season is the single pair that have the most harmonic pattern in a single pair across 3 time frame. Is crazy. Alright, you ready? Alright, so Canada yen on the daily chart, bearish movement, market break and close above the high one time. Right now is on a bearish run, just a weaker bear. Down to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, it has break and close below the low one time. And over here, nope, it has not break and close below the low price. Alright, so if the market break and close below the low price, 81.58, then bearish trend. Down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour chart, amazing setup over here as well. Amazing setup once again. I believe there are some setup. We will double check. Let's say we have a butterfly over here looking to sell at 84.59 and much higher price. We even have a shark pattern. Too early to share with you, is fine, it's for my reference. Down to the 4-hour chart, amazing. You see this bearish shark pattern. Within this there is another shark pattern, bullish shark pattern, and right now we test a major support within this area, flirting on the levels. I have a bad pattern, a much lower price to catch a reversal or sideways trade. 1 hour chart, this is something is quite upsetting for me. You see, have you heard the shark, the song? There's one song in Asia, there's this father shark, mama shark and stuff like that. Shark pattern, shark pattern, shark pattern. It's like 3 to 4 shark pattern, is crazy. Okay, and you have 2 bad pattern, hand holding hand. D price completion become the X. Alright, yes, the C went low, that's why I go into observation. It didn't happen. Alright, so can just delete this. And within this shark pattern, completion is a 5-0 pattern. Alright, so very good setup. Alright, so right now the 5-0 has completed. There's no need to keep this anymore. So let me just delete this. This once again become invalid. Delete it. Done. Over here, what interests me right now, let's have a see. If we have any harmonic pattern, maybe a bet. Let's see. Yes, a bad pattern. Alright, so this bad pattern had went so much beyond the price. In fact, this is the PEZ. It's still valid as long as it's never break and close below the low price over here. Which means, guys, if you are into this and you are into the sideways trading, yes, we have a bad pattern for you. The bad pattern has set up. And remember, there are at least like, what, 19 rules in trading? A harmonic pattern. So please do not just use 2 to 3 points to do it right now. Saving time and protecting our content for sure. I'm waiting for a retest of the low, which is over here, for a selling or rather a buying opportunity. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, a buying opportunity on the retest. We'll see how it goes. I'll do further analysis to see if this bet is valid. If it does, I will definitely buy it up. So Tyler, you should know when you should be looking for a buying opportunity. Yes, very good. You spotted it, Tyler. Didn't manage to see that you already commented. Very, very good. Very, very good eyes. Proud of you. Yeah, I'm waiting for a retest. I'll see how the candle reacts over here. It's very important. I'm a pretty structured guy. So, let's see if this is... It's not a very strong structure, yeah. This level is not very strong. Yep, it wasn't it was not set on a turning point of the pairs, the currency pairs, so it can be quite a concern. Definitely, I'll wait for a bit more confirmation. Will not enter blind. I will need a confirmation over here before I engage the trade. Though it does give a very good reward to risk. I'll double check Tyler to see whether it's within the completion period. Is it too fast? Double check with what we have taught you. Remember, Tyler is our student from Bangkok. Alright, Sawadee Krap. To the final pair, there's amazing setup over here. Oh God, for this pair I've been waiting for so long, man. Alright, so Pound Australia, I've been waiting for months. I think since the first week of October, got involved in this, get out of this without any damages, and waiting for a second re-entry. Which pair you are talking about, man? Are you talking about Cat Yen? Cat Yen is alright. Pound Australia is a crazy one. Alright, so Pound Australia on the daily chart, market went up, double top. Alright, so right now is a very bullish condition, having a counter trend trading opportunity. Down to the next pair, next time frame for our chart, it just keep on breaking new high. However, this high was respected, like always, until it doesn't. Head down to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, a continuous break and close above the high price over here. Take note of that. Right now, market retest on the previous low support, which is a very good buy zone if only you believe the market is going to extend much higher. Alright, back to daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. Alright, so my analysis on the daily chart, deep crab pattern completed, came down a bit shy away from the first target profit, and market retrace up. Right now, even better, we have a double top and a RSI divergence. To me, this is not enough because Pound Australia, I call it a juggernaut, is really crazy. So I will need more confirmation, and guess what happened? The software, our software, has spotted a sharp pattern. Launch the harmonic pattern assistance software, Tyler. You will see the 4 hour chart is spotted this sharp pattern forming up. So it really formed up, came down, nothing much for me right now. I'm waiting for a retest. So once the market retests, I'll observe how the candle close, and because it's a 4 hour chart, I'll observe every 4 hours, like 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you know. Then I'll see how the candle close before I engage the trade, and this trade will be very profitable should it hit my target profit. Alright, so waiting to engage this trade. I'll be sharing with my subscriber once this trade is up. In fact, just now I wanted to share it, but because we are a bit tight on the time, so that's what we do, guys. Here's what we do. Down to the 1 hour chart, nothing much over here, so I'm waiting for a sharp pattern to enter and extend the target further down to a crazy level. We are talking about hundreds of pips of profit. I think it's about 300-400 pips of profits this trade. So yep, it's a harvesting period before the major festive season, Christmas and New Year, for all traders. That's all I have for you guys. Today I have a bit of bonus over here, dollar Sing on the daily chart. I do not trade dollar Sing, but because I've been sharing my analysis with so many business owners, and it has been smack on accurate, so accurate that it can't. I only have one single strategy, and for one single time frame for dollar Sing, I only trade the bad pattern on the daily time frame. So I did two things. First up, I changed some money from Sing to US when it touches 1.3562. Alright, change it to US already. I'm waiting for it to appreciate the 1.37 something before I change it back. Then I'll earn some money from it. Free meal. That's a cheap thrill. Anyway, I'm going to spend right. So that's for my spending account. On the trading aspects, I really engaged the trade, waiting for the trade to happen. And this is actually good news for me. Bearish candle, magic candle, magic candle, magic candle. Hopefully within the next today, if it's a magic candle, is fine. Tomorrow, is a magic candle, is fine. By Friday, it should really cover up. It should really hit 1.3630. And hopefully, if it can break and close above 3647, is even better. All right. So I'm waiting to make a decision and maybe an intervention should it require. And of course, if you love things like that, you love to learn the analyzing part yourself, you love to have the idea of engaging your trade with just spending 30 minutes a day, join us. In Singapore, we are having a workshop 26 November, 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity because things are really going to change very, very fast next year onwards. No joke. I'll be placing the link over here. And I really wish you guys having a wonderful year ahead, amazing life ahead. You know, one thing about trading I love is that days that I feel don't like, not looking forward to meet anyone, I can just hit on my computer, cancel all my appointment if necessary, which seldom happen. And I just spend time in front of a computer, and I only spend about 30 minutes. The rest of the time, I'll just watch the shows I wish to watch, want to do, things I love to do. Just bring along my smartphone, smartwatch, and I'm ready to go. So that's my life. If you love something like this, never fulfill dreams of others and live the life that you want, the way you plan it, and not other people telling you what you should do. Come to this workshop 26 November. If you have find that today's live session has been a great help to you, don't forget to like our Facebook page, share this video out so many of your other friends can watch the replay later. That's all I have for you guys. You guys have been amazing, fantastic, nice crowd. Next week, came back, same time, same place, 2:08 p.m., 2:08 p.m., 14:08 hours. Every Wednesday, we'll be doing that. Christmas, New Year will be off because market is not open, and I don't plan to reschedule the date. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. Till then, remember always, plan your trade and trade your plan, and I will see you soon in our next workshop. See you guys.